Oh, is that good? Hi. Hello everyone, good afternoon. It is almost 1. So far today we got to sleep in. I woke up for good probably around 8:15, which was lovely, but stayed in bed reading. And then we got up and got showered and stuff and went to the deli where they brought my sandwich. When they brought out all the food, she's like, I'll be back. And they never came back. And then I went and got it from them, and it had cheese, and they had to remake it. And then I was kind of full because I had gotten my potatoes earlier. But, oh well, it was still yummy. And then we came home, and as you saw, we took care of Riley. We were gonna let him out in the back because it's really hot and humid. But he barked at us, insisting on a walk, so we went around the block and he peed 1,000,000 times and took a little teeny tiny puppy poo. He's so little. And then came back in and hung with him for 10 more minutes or so. Poor little guy bark howled when we left, but can't stay there forever. I'm going back to braiding. I still have a section up here that's not done, and sadly, I'm already taking out this burgundy color. I love it so much, but as I said, it's like extremely high temperature resistance, which is like, oh, that's fine. That's great, it won't melt. It's such a high temperature resistance that I can't even straighten the texture out of it. Like, they come with a kinky texture, which makes the braids stick in well. Also makes it blend with ethnic hair, but mostly it's to keep the braids from slipping. So here you can see, this is what I typically get. It's a little more silky, and with a low temperature straightener, I can get it completely straight and also curl it, and the curls stay through a couple washes. It takes like a week. This is so coarse. It feels like a broom, and the temperature I normally use is not straightening it, so it is so scratchy and tangly. And then also the curls aren't staying because I would need to use 100 degrees more for it to work. So I'm so bummed. It's so pretty. I'm hoping that because it's like a newer color, some other companies with the lower temperature hair start using that color and I can try again sometime. But there's just no way, because if I turn up the temperature on my flat iron, all of the hair that's this color will melt, and also it'll damage my hair, which does stick out of the braids now because it's long enough. So Danny helped me choose leftovers. I'm going with this one because it matches pretty well if the transition takes me some time, and I think I'm gonna mix in some straight purple. So not quite half and half, but maybe 1/3 plain purple and 2/3 of the gradient. So not only do I need to finish reparting and braiding up there, I need to redo the section that's like this all the way around. That's the color. So it's only 1/3 of my hair, but still, that's a lot of hours of work. So I'm gonna do that. And try not to drink too much of this coffee because it is half calf. And they were out of decaf till I'd already drank half of this too, so I'll have anxiety later. Anyway, yeah, my nose is looking oh so good. It's very red there, but what can you do? That's all I have to say. So I'm gonna work on this. I'm not gonna film it because I'm gonna watch videos, and I will see you later. Hello everyone. I don't want to talk too loud because it is 10:17 and I just got Sebastian to sleep probably a little bit before 9. I've been in his room under a blanket on the end of his bed. I edited this video up until this point and I just watched some videos, read a couple articles, and it's just cozy. I was like, Jax is down the hall in his room and I can hear him chatting, voice chatting. So he's talking with his friends tonight. Last night he asked to hang out with me at 10. So I went downstairs and hung out with him for an hour until I was just so tired. I was gonna fall asleep sitting there. So yeah, it's as he gets older, it's just more like, hey, you want to hang? He'll message me. I don't just barge in anymore. Every single night, I used to come and visit him, even if it was just for a couple minutes. So now, not so much on the weekend. I think I listen for it, but I did enjoy spending some time with him. Whenever Danny's out, he likes to spend a lot of time with me. But we do get to hang out every morning before school. So that's oh, not Tuesdays. Anyway, I am going to get ready for bed. I braided all afternoon, except I think around 2-ish, I went down to my computer because Danny said he had my site updated to the newest WordPress, and I had deleted some of the old plugins, but he deactivated anything that was like breaking it, and like half of the content was gone because I used plugins to display links on my homepage, and then the whole footer, and then the whole sidebar on every interior page. So I needed to deal with that right away, and it did take me like 2 or 3 hours. So it was very different from when I was in WordPress a lot. And while I am in WordPress a lot with the dog rescue, the person who set up their site purchased a theme system that puts in their own builder. And so I love that builder. It's so annoying. But I know the system, despite it being annoying. Anything WYSIWYG. So, this is good, and I'm sure it's better than what things were in 2014 when I first made this design. I think I updated it a little bit later, but whatever. It was a learning curve, just like trying to recreate the widgets, because like I didn't even know where any of the options were. They were all hidden, and I kept having to Google things and say, oh, and then look up at the corner and there's a little sidebar icon and click on that, and oh, there's all the options that I've been looking for a half an hour. But I got things almost back the way they were. I took out a lot of things from like the main sidebar that I just don't want. Links to old sites that I tried to get like credits, like here's my referral, click on this. I'll probably just focus on trying to feature some products I like on Amazon, and I have a couple Google ad spots that I put in to the sidebar. I don't like them all over the place. I don't know. They're so annoying. They're so annoying. But yeah, I think I spent the most time on the footer. I did have to go in and change some CSS, so that was a little bit of a struggle with the new widgets and how things had to go, because the titles weren't a part of the widgets anymore. So they made it separate, which I guess could be good, except those titles use the same amount of spacing as the widgets themselves, so your title would have all this space. And then, like if you had some links, and it would say links up above it, but it'd have this huge gap, and then links, and then the huge gap, and then the next, like search, and a huge gap, and then the search thing. I'm like, I can't. Why'd you put all this space? So I was like hunting through these ancient style sheets that I don't remember, trying to figure out things and breaking things in other places until I finally got it. I haven't looked on the mobile. I was like, I'm just gonna stop. This is too frustrating to Danny. But then I was there for another hour because I couldn't stop until it was thin. But then it came up and braided until I really needed to feed people. So we just had the backup of ramen, which makes Danny angry, but he chose it out of the options I gave him. Baby hairs sticking up. So this is new. I tried to show you how nasty the other hair that I'm taking out already is. I couldn't really get it to focus, but yeah, it's so bad. It just cannot hold the curl, which is the biggest thing I could probably do with the scratchiness, because I'm pretty tough with that. But yeah, it needs to hold its curl because my hair is wavy now, and I don't want to have to hide it or dye my hair to blend it in. My bangs that you see all the time that look so straight, it's because I straighten them. I put so much conditioner and then I don't want to rinse it out. I just pull the hair while it's soaking wet and covered in conditioner and let it dry really crispy crunchy, and then I comb through it like an hour later. So I'm like out at the bus stop every day with this like shellacked bangs, and it stays like that until they get like wet or sweaty, and then they frizz back up. But I don't know, I feel like this hair up here is like learning to be straight, and it's not quite as curly as all the other stuff that I had out. I don't know if that's possible. I don't know. Or it just has a lot of buildup. I do use a clarifying shampoo regularly. But yeah, I was braiding, cooked dinner, ate it, came back up, braided till 8, and then I needed to get Sebastian to bed because, as I say, he's like me, we need to stay on our routine and not go too far out of it. I I usually go to sleep by 11 on school nights. It's 10:24. I'll be in bed before 11, but on weekend nights I aim for midnight. But I don't let myself go farther because I am naturally nocturnal. Throughout homeschooling, even with a baby and a toddler, it was normal for me to go to sleep at 3. I would like do my braiding starting at like 10 or 11 and braid till 3 and go to bed and wake up at like 8 and start the day 8 or 9. But yeah, I can't do that anymore if I'm waking up at 5:30. So I've got to be really strict to get my body to cooperate and not lay there for hours and hours unable to sleep. So that's what I'm gonna do. Tomorrow was another weekend, and no, I didn't do any of this rebraiding. I'm just gonna power through and get that old color out because I can hide that section. I hid it all week last week, and I think I will try to work on it a little bit during the week. It worked out during this last school year to like come up right after lunch if I didn't have too much work to do and braid for about an hour until I had to get ready for the bus, so I might do that. Anyway, I have no plans for tomorrow. We don't have a lot of food left, like eggs and stuff, so we might end up out for breakfast, but yeah, no plans other than that. So, might be a boring one for you, I don't know, but good night. Stay safe and be kind, and don't forget, wash your hands.